The Christmas shopping on Buchanan Street's been abandoned in favour of the trip to the East End this afternoon. Many arrived early in order to see a statue unveiled of club legend Jimmy Johnston, voted the best ever Celtic player in a survey back in 2002. The statue unveiled to commemorate the life and career of one of the Lisbon Lions. Celtic's current number 7, Scott McDonald, is recalled to the side today. The only change made to the team that beat Spaniards Villarreal on Wednesday night. McDonald comes back in alongside George Samaras, who is named among the substitutes. He's partnered by Sean Maloney, who scored in the last 2 matches here, and Mark Krozas is back from injury on the bench. Hearts welcome Hungarian goalkeeper János Balogh back into the team. Balogh missed the Rangers game a fortnight ago, but he did play in the first 4 of Hearts' 5 consecutive wins. Lee Wallace was sent off against Rangers, so he's suspended. Egert Jonsson replaces him at left back in an otherwise unchanged outfield 10. Christian Nade, who scored just the 1 so far this season, leads the line. Have an unenviable disciplinary record, 5 sent-off so far this season. Charlie Richmond may have his work cut out at times. Well, Celtic couldn't make it 13 SPL wins in a row last weekend, but can they make it 7 in a row here today? Hearts did Celtic a big favour 2 weeks ago, but will they be able to have another say in the title race this afternoon? Both clubs in their customary colours, Celtic kicking from left to right in the first half. Aguiar. Back to him from Andy Driver, put under pressure by the former Hearts midfielder Paul Hartley. You see what Hartley was trying to do with the long ball forward into space, but it was too far ahead of Wilson. Kingston put under pressure, and the pressure told. Maloney. Poor challenge on Wilson, the first bad challenge of the day, and it earns Robbie Nielsen a very early yellow card. Nielsen in late. The yellow card shown inside the opening couple of minutes of the game. Hartley. Kept in by Driver. Nice found Ruben Palazuelos. Good covering by Aidan McGeady to get there ahead of Karapidis. Hinkle. Stig McManus. Now Gary Caldwell. Nakamura. Headed by Palazuelos, falls for Aguiar, but he gave it straight to Shusuke Nakamura. Hartley now for McGeady. Kingston, Karapidis and Palazuelos all helping to get it away. Robbie Nielsen should be able to complete the clearance, but almost turned it into trouble. Clearance by Balogh, straight out of play. Andy Hinkle's been earning rave reviews. He's actually only scored the 1 goal since coming to Scotland, and that was against Hearts back in February. Here's Nade. Nielsen. Kingston. Robbie Nielsen's caught offside. Well, the idea idea was right. Larry Kingston getting the ball into space, but the Celtic back line have pushed up sufficiently. Kingston scored against Rangers 2 weeks ago after being dropped for 6 matches in a row. Back in the side and made a real impression in that victory against Rangers. Celtic themselves struggling in Edinburgh last week, of course, with the 2-0 reverse to Hibs, which was their first defeat. In fact, the first time they dropped points since the Old Firm game. Artur Boruc had a notable moment in that match. Keep a clean sheet, though, here on Wednesday night with that morale-boosting victory against Villarreal, which was academic in terms of the Champions League. Far from academic in sense in terms of mindset for Celtic and Scottish football at large. In fact, they did end the European campaign with a victory. Driver's throw for Aguiar. He's had an impressive return to the side as well, Bruno Aguiar, since being out for so long with injury. He's scored 2 goals in his last 3 games. Foul by Egert Jonsson. Versatility again is being used today, playing at left back in the absence of the suspended Lee Wallace, who misses a match for the first time under Csaba Laszlo. Nakamura. Aguiar beat him to it. Kingston. Palazuelos working wide for Jonsson. This is Larry Kingston. Now Berra. Manis' header. Scott Brown. As a former Hibernian man, will certainly relish the match against the other half of Edinburgh. It's a good ball played forward. The offside flag is up against Scott McDonald. He's furious with the decision. He must have been close. Very close indeed. Well, difficult one for the assistant referee to call, no doubt about that. That's just about where the ball is played. And he does seem as though he's level with Berra. I understand his frustration. He does time his runs very well. Just the one hand from Nakamura. Karapidis is making his way forward. And he comes from Aguiar, and the flag is up. Celtic pushed out early. It was Berra that they caught offside, but in all truth, it could have been any number of Hearts players. Berra now out of position as Celtic look to try and break quickly. Strong run here by Wilson. McGeady. Kingston had a swipe, didn't get it. McDonald for Scott Brown. Hearts have regained their defensive shape back behind the ball now. Hinkle, too far ahead of McDonald, and Nielsen will be able to watch it out of play for a goal kick. Well, they have a reputation for being quite a physical side. As I mentioned earlier, they've had 5 players sent off so far this season, 3 in the last 6 games, and this was a challenge that left a little bit to be desired from Larry Kingston. That, you would think, is a bookable offence, but the fact that McGeady stayed on his feet probably just swung things in the mind of Charlie Richmond. Aguiar. Andy Driver. Hinkle against him. It's not too much in the way of immediate support driver. He got the ball inside the penalty area, only for it to be easily cleared by Caldwell. Johnson's throw. Away by Brown. So Lucas giving Berra the call to put the ball out of play. I think the Hearts centre-halves were expecting the offside flag up again there. Brown. Hartley spins it wide. And here's Mark Wilson. So Lucas in strongly. And he's won the free kick as well. There's a push on Zalewskis. Hartley then went into Aguiar. It was the initial challenge by McGeady. It was the challenge from Paul Hartley, which the referee took particular exception to. Hartley, who scored in his last two games against Motherwell and Hamilton. SPL scored at Dundee United as well. Former Hearts man, of course. He's been around. Has missed a penalty against Hearts since becoming a Celtic player. Brown. Neither side able to create a worthwhile goal-scoring opportunity in a static and cagey opening 10 minutes. Sent forward long by McManus. The problem that Celtic have got, of course, is that they're playing two diminutive men up front, with Maloney in support of Scott McDonald, playing against two physically imposing centre-halves in the form of Zalewskis and Berra. Aguiar went down off the ball there, colliding with Hartley, but I think it was just a off-the-ball collision, nothing more than that. Here's Scott Brown. McGeady was blocked off, and Nielsen has got to be careful. The referee thought it was okay. Robbie Nielsen's already been booked. Fall from Palazuelos. Hearts' work ethic making it decidedly difficult for Celtic to really stamp their authority on the game in the early stages. Here's Zalewskis. Well played by McDonald. Nakamura. Maloney tried to turn. Palazuelos made life very difficult for him. Hearts bring their way, play it out with Karapidis finding Kingston. The reverse ball forward was really optimistic as he tried to thread it through for Andy Driver. Robbie Nielsen was booked inside the opening couple of minutes. This was his little challenge off the ball here. Not too much in it. Nevertheless, he is already walking that yellow card tightrope. Charlie Richmond will be keeping a close eye on several physical battles all over the field. There's Nielsen again. Aguiar. Nade. Well by Brown. Wilson. Top club Dundee United have already done Celtic a big favour today. 2-2 draw at Tannadice between those teams. The second time that Dundee United have taken points off Rangers so far this season. The Hearts have a corner here. McManus not taking any chances as he cleared his lines. Berra and Karapidis, both obvious targets from any set piece. Interestingly, Hearts only committing 4 bodies forward. Celtic defending zonally as they always do. And perhaps the 4 that made their way forward, or should I say the 5 that didn't, knew what was coming. Aguiar sending it straight behind Boric's line and out of play. Gordon's tracking himself, an Edinburgh boy, of course, of hips persuasion when he was growing up. Touched by Johnson around the chops of Scott McDonald. Free kick taken short for Hinkle. Here's Scott Brown. Now Hartley. Caldwell. Nakamura turning it forward. Scott Brown's onside. First time that Celtic have managed to get one of the midfielders making a third-man run to get in past the strikers. Spotted by Nakamura, even if he couldn't quite find him. The execution of the pass was a little bit too heavy. Brown still an ever-present in this Celtic side, making his 26th appearance of the season today. Christian Nade scored just the once this season, the winner at home to Hamilton, a priceless goal as far as Hearts were concerned. They have struggled for goals away from home. In fact, no side have scored fewer than Hearts' 6 goals in their 7 away games so far, although those 6 goals have been worth 10 points on the road. When they do score, generally it means something for them. Here's Nakamura. Brown again made the run forward. Hartley elected instead to go short. Aidan McGeady for Wilson. Back for McGeady again. Good industry, as always, from Aidan McGeady, which has won him a throw. Wilson. And he was deposited on the ground, off the ball by Larry Kingston, his second poor challenge of the game so far. Well, he got away with one on Aidan McGeady earlier in the game. And he's going to get away with that in terms of a yellow card. Charlie Richmond really hammering home the message that that will be his last chance. And again, you could argue it's a yellow card offence. Manus and Caldwell, the 2 centre-halves forward. Celtic just being told to take the free kick out by the touchline where the infringement occurred. McGeady short for Shunsuke Nakamura. Works the angle onto his left foot. Intended for Caldwell, might break for McManus. Hearts get enough bodies back to smuggle it clear. And here's Andy Driver. That's straight into Hinkle. He might get a second opportunity. Hartley tracking back with him. And has challenged him brilliantly. But still Andy Driver has it. Well, it was good play by Hartley. His game has modified so much since he became a Celtic player. Much more defensive-minded role than he used to take when he was with Hearts. This is what he's good at. Not the quickest, well, his own admission. He reads the game so well and times the challenge to perfection. Zaliukas! Well, he had Boris scrambling, and that's the closest that either side have come so far. And he did score against Rangers a couple of weeks ago, and it was almost an old firm double. I think Boris just about had it covered if it had been on target, but it was close. Good advantage play by Charlie Richmond. Nakamura has it. Brown. McGeady. Header away from Jonsson. Scott Brown trying to make something of it, and he's done well. Two important headers. Karen Peters can then help it away. Aguiar almost turned into trouble. Nielsen clears his lines well. It's a game that has a niggly element to it, a feistiness which isn't too far beneath the surface and bubbles over on occasions. Opening 20 minutes, Hearts will feel that they've matched Celtic. Able to keep their pretty rigid shape behind the ball, soak up the pressure and restrict the opportunities. Nice ball by Brown. McGeady. Maloney. Nice flighted in too deep for Nakamura, who made the far post run. It was easy for Janos Balog, the Hungarian goalkeeper on loan from Debrecen. High hanging ball in from Wilson. Goalkeeper's favourite. It's easy to see why Hearts have such a good away defensive record. No side in the SPL have conceded fewer goals away from home than them. Rangers joining them on 9 with their 2-2 draw at Tannadice earlier today, but just 9 conceded away from home in 7 games is not a bad record at all. Nielsen got the last touch there. So Lucas with the header, which is brought down by Scott Brown and given away. It's easy to see why Csaba Laszlo's side had done so well over the last few games. Very well organised. It was an appointment that Hearts had to get right. He's won nearly twice as many games as he's lost since arriving from Ugandan football. The only problem is how much of his team is going to be broken up by financial necessity when the transfer window reopens. This is Gary Caldwell. He asked a little bit too much of Maloney. Neither Sean Maloney nor Scott McDonald have had an opportunity as yet. Maloney, who's hoping that today will bring in the 50th goal of his career. The majority of them, of course, scored for Celtic. Just with 7 for Aston Villa out of the 49 he's got so far. Has scored in the last 2 home games as well. Winner against Inverness and first goal in the week against Villarreal. There's a throw going straight back out of play for a Celtic throw. Here's McGeady. Nielsen quickly closed him down. Aguiar. Here's Brown. McGeady had made the early run. A few murmurs of discontent from the Celtic supporters as another pass goes astray. Robbie Nielsen. Kingston. Nutmeg Scott Brown. Aguiar. Trying to work it into a shooting position. Many more defenders back than players to assist him as Kingston tries his luck. And Driver onside! Scores! Andy Driver gives Hearts the lead at Celtic Park. Great play by Larry Kingston. Andy Driver, who's already scored the winner against both Hamilton and Falkirk this season, has a goal that could have such a big bearing on the title race. Kingston playing it forward. He was very close to being offside. He committed Boric and finished beautifully. Did well to keep his head with so much space and time inside the penalty area. Boric slipped as well. Driver with the goal that gives Hearts the lead. Having done Rangers a couple of weeks ago in their last game, they now lead at Celtic. Aguilar with the throw, taken quickly for Driver. Right, the challenge from Hartley, initially. Couldn't get past him then and was brought down. Well, certainly made contact, Paul Hartley. Hearts a goal up, now with an opportunity to double the lead. 5 inside the penalty area is Aguilar, so adept at supplying set pieces. Will try and find somebody in there. Kingston made the near post run, went for goal in fact. It was cleared by Maloney in the wall, back in from Nielsen towards Nade, and Celtic might be able to break here. Maloney turning square for Nakamura, Hinkle in support for him. Maloney put under unfair pressure by Jonsson, wins the free kick. Nakamura now for Hartley. Kingston sliding in the end, goes out of play for a goal kick. Wilson claiming that he was fouled and that there was no advantage. About third injudicious challenge of the afternoon already. Wilson also took exception at the arm across his chest by Robbie Nielsen. But it's Andy Driver who's come up with the most significant moment of the game so far. The opening goal just past the midway stage of the first half. But was he onside? As the ball is played in by Kingston, just look at him. His head, I think, which counts as offside, is past Hinkle. I think it probably shouldn't have counted. That said, I think you have to say that the assistant referee, if it's so marginal when you're looking at it at that speed, what chance has the assistant referee got? I think you have to say that that isn't a mistake. He may have got it wrong, but I don't think you can class that as an error from the assistant referee at the speed at which it happened. The edict is that you have to give benefit to the attacking side, and Driver's goal stands. Well, that's only the second goal that Celtic have conceded in the opening half hour of the game all season. Only the 5th that they've conceded in the first half of matches. Gordon Strachan will be frustrated not just by the scoreline, but also by the way that his side have played in the opening half hour. Sean Maloney seemingly is going to be unable to continue. There were doubts over his ability to start today. He picked up a knock against Villarreal in the week. It looks as though his afternoon is up already, so Samaras presumably will be coming on in a moment. Hartley losing out. Kingston's got it through. This time Driver does draw the offside flag. Paul Hartley mightily relieved. It was his touch as Kingston played it forward. Clearly the assistant referee got that one absolutely spot on. So Celtic temporarily down to 10 men. Sean Maloney having limped away from proceedings. Nielsen. Nade made his way forward. Larry Kingston's finding an increasing amount of space now, and he's found Nade as well. Nade on the turn, no problems for Borich. But it's Hearts that are creating the better chances. I'm sure they would feel that the way the game has gone so far, they deserve to be 1-0 up. Aidan McGeady. Scott Brown. And the challenge by Zalewskis has given Celtic a free kick. A free kick which Georgios Samaras will be able to come on to try and attack. The change being made with McDonald having already been withdrawn, and Georgios Samaras joins the fray. He's only scored 1 goal in 7 games since his return from injury. He netted 10 in 11 before that. This is why the free kick was given. Zalewskis there with Scott Brown. Clearly caught him. So Samaras on the field and hoping to make an instant impression as he waits with Palazuelos around the penalty spot. Six in the box. Nakamura's delivery almost came for Samaras as well. It was Palazuelos that cleared it out as far as Wilson. Nakamura, Brown behind McGeady. Was able to retrace his steps well. Hartley, Caldwell. First touch takes him inside Jonsson and Karapidis. Hartley, Nakamura's onside. Showed too much of it to Robbie Nielsen though, who will be able to clear. The boys' fans buoyed by the green shoots of recovery here from Celtic. This is their best period of the game so far, although it comes to nothing in this instance with a goal kick. Neil Lennon exhorting the instructions to the troops. Csaba László will be delighted. This will be a 6th consecutive win. It would take them 2 points clear of third place Dundee United with a game in hand as well. It was the match at Motherwell last week. It was victim of the weather. Gary Caldwell. Nice turn by him. Here's Hartley. McGeady. Still McGeady taking on Nielsen, went shoulder to shoulder with him. Palazuelos had to get it away in a hurry. Here's Hinkle. Well, Hearts were determined to play their way out of trouble at the back, and it very nearly cost them there. Hinkle's only ever scored against Hearts since moving to Scotland, and had an opportunity to double it. Nielsen's ball out into a dangerous area. Palazuelos wasn't aware of how little time he had. This was the challenge by Robbie Nielsen. Aidan McGeady, it was shoulder to shoulder, but deemed to be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Nade pushed by Caldwell, wins the free kick. Aguiar hitting it in for the run of Christoph Berra. Borich came out and got nowhere near it. Cleared by Hartley. Away by Baloch. Nade, unchallenged, able to hold it up. Berra stayed forward. Nielsen. Only pick out Wilson. And everybody left it for each other. Hurricane that got there ahead of Georgios Samaras. McGeady. Still McGeady. Header away by Berra. Kingston. Work by Nielsen down the line for Christian Nade. And it will be a Celtic throw. Well, they know what to expect the centre-halves when they're playing alongside Christian Nade, or against Christian Nade, should I say, but knowing what's coming and being able to deal with it, two completely different things. A very physical afternoon in prospect for both Caldwell and McManus today. Pushed by Samaras and Zaliukas. Clearly the right decision again by Charlie Richmond. Nade the furthest of the Hearts players forward. He and Caldwell both caught underneath the ball, which made it easy for Arda Boric. Here's Driver. And the counter-attack is on for Hearts again. Scott Brown putting the pressure on. Driver with the effort. Boric with a decent save. A really good strong run by Andy Driver. Got him round the back. You've got to give credit to Scott Brown for putting the pressure on and forcing him to take it earlier than he might have wanted. Boric with a decent save to turn it round the post at the expense of a corner. In towards the near post, and Lucas with a flick on. Nade couldn't react quite quickly enough. Berra's header goes away from goal. Well, they are a side who are very adept at set pieces, as they showed against Rangers in their last match. Now Zaliukas is set up nicely for him, but he couldn't make Boric have to make a save. Well, if there's going to be a second goal in the game, Hearts are looking the more likely to score it. Nade instinctively stuck a foot out, but couldn't turn Zaliukas' effort towards goal. Hearts are certainly looking the more potent of the two teams. Did win here last season in the League Cup in October, with two late goals from Andrius Velička, now Rangers of course, but their two league meetings here ended in heavy defeats, 3-0 and 5-0. Well, it's going to be a better afternoon than that for them today. How good remains to be seen. But one thing Gordon Strachan's side have, possibly above all other in the SPL, is the ability to grind results out late in games. A number of occasions they found themselves level or even trailing in the latter stages of matches and ended up just taking 1 point, but all three. Here's McGeady. And that's a goal kick. McGeady furious again, thought that it was a foul by Nielsen. Has at times been leading a charmed life this afternoon, Robbie Nielsen. Coming together. Didn't be an accidental collision by Charlie Richmond. Defending by McManus. Nielsen with the throw over Nade. Wilson. So he just wasn't deceived by Samaras' quick turn. Here's McGeady. Samaras. Curious choice of pass. Nade. And Driver again will use his pace to try and get past Celtic players, though they converge on him so quickly. Hinkle's foot in is enough to steer it clear of the young Englishman this time. Hartley. Now Brown. Into the final 5 minutes of a pulsating first half. McGeady. Way by Palazuelos. Brown gets there ahead of Aguiar. Chipped it up towards the far post where Nakamura will be able to keep it in. Berra volleys away from Samaras. Karapidis in strongly. Nade. And Aguiar's done well to find Kingston in space. Now he's waiting for support to arrive. In the end it was academic because of the McManus clearance. They do break so quickly. Well, mistakes have been a real rarity from Hearts this afternoon. Only driver's goal, giving Hearts a lead that they will feel they deserve up to this point. Brown. Donald going shoulder to shoulder. Hearts had three different strikers on the field in this first half, and I don't think they've had an opportunity on goal between the three of them. Gordon Strachan and Neil Lennon discussing how things might be turned around at half-time. Karapidis. Balos clearance towards Kingston. Aguiar. Karapidis for Nade. And he's won the free kick as well for a pull of the shirt by Hartley, not for the Nakamura challenge. Referee Richmond was happy to see if anything was going to develop as far as Hearts were concerned before he gave the free kick. Aguiar taking it short for Palazuelos, and the deflection doesn't deceive Boric. McGeady. No foul by Aguiar. Here's Larry Kingston. Driver. Such a promising outlet with his pace on the left-hand side, taking on Caldwell and rifling it across. It hit McManus and goes out of play for a corner. The referee is just going to pull things back a moment. McManus was grateful of that. Went behind the net. He's just having a word with Aidan McGeady here, who was very visible with his show of dissent after a free kick wasn't given his way at the other end. And I think that's what Charlie Richmond's saying. Three corners in this first half, they've all gone to Hearts. We're in 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first 45. In towards the near post, Kingston looking for the little flick. And it came off Berra, but he's given another corner. Well, it did seem to come off Chris Berra last. I don't think there's much doubt about that as he reeled away holding his head. This will be controversial if they score from here. Boric having a flap at it. It's back in from Driver, but not to good effect. Aguiar. Good ball for Christophe Berra. It's going to have to be a first-time cross, and he's won another corner. The ball's not on the corner quadrant, but I think Aguiar's going to be allowed to take it from there. Celtic again defending zone and able to get it away from space at the back post. Surely will be the last action of a brilliant first 45 minutes. So intriguing. Taken by Niels Nane. And he skipped his way round. Aguiar waiting for the pullback. Nielsen in for Kingston. And this time it's a Celtic throw. And that will bring the first half to an end. First half in which Celtic, by a minority, but perhaps a significant minority, are booed off. Andy Driver with the goal after 26 minutes. Larry Kingston did well to find him and did well in the midfield. Not too much that Arda Boric could have done, particularly as he stumbled in the moments immediately prior to Driver firing the ball past him. Kingston have found Driver, possibly marginally offside, although it's a really close call. Driver with the goal, Hearts with a lead that they deserve. Celtic 0, Hearts 1.
Some cracking rugby coming your way over the festive period.
And how about that? Absolutely sensational stuff. Fabulous try.
The Magners League, live on Setanta Sports.
Xbox 360, now from $129.99.
Looking to save money on your car insurance?
Visit the experts, gocompare.com.
Just tell them everything your policy has to have. They'll compare the best prices from loads of insurance companies and show you which quotes come with everything you've asked for using their special 5-star rating.
So you can see just what you're getting for your money. Simple.
So for the right car insurance at the right price, don't just go anywhere. Go Compare at gocompare.com.
Why go compare anywhere else?
Charlie Richmond prepares to get the second half underway. Second half which has seen just... The first half saw just one yellow card, which was shown to Robbie Nielsen. There were a few tempestuous challenges flying in. Just wonder whether Celtic will be able to be more effective in the second half. Ball by McManus. He gives Hart to throw, and Celtic trying to condense the play to win the second ball from here. Launched long by Nielsen, helped on by Nade. Caldwell. And a shot by McDonald. It's a goal kick. Hasn't scored in his last 6 games, Scott McDonald, since he netted against Motherwell, his old club, last month. Now Celtic need something in front of goal this afternoon. They just haven't created enough chances. McDonald chases after this, so Lucas blocked him off cleverly. Berra forced to put the ball out of play. Here's McGeady. Caldwell. Samaras climbing with Zeliukas, and it's out of play for a goal kick. Well, McDonald's barren patch has coincided with one for Samaras as well. He's only netted once in his last 7 games. They can really portion too much blame to the strikers today. Haven't had the chances created for them. Caldwell. Hinkle sprinting after it to put pressure on Egert Jonsson, and his industry is rewarded with a throw. That's a foul throw. Cheap concession of possession by Egert Jonsson. Donald doing well to tease it through for Aidan McGeady. Quickly surrounded by a quartet of Hearts players, among them Bruno Aguiar, who can play his way out from the back. Aguiar again, Andy Driver. Nade's made his way forward, but it was a poor cross. Wilson. Cleared by Nielsen. Maris letting it run through for his goalkeeper. Caldwell. Aguiar. Hartley will continue his run. Berra across the clear, put the ball out of play for another throw. Caldwell. McGeady. 4 from Wilson for Samaras. The very close attentions of Berra. And the free kick is given when there's a foul by Nakamura. Perapidis getting Sandwich between Nakamura and also Scott McDonald. Peters, who recently played his 50th game for Hearts. It's forward towards Nade. Big in the air well by McManus. Nakamura helping it forward. So Lucas was there ahead of McDonald. Not once but twice. Just putting the ball out of play for another Hearts throw. Won every game since losing at home to Celtic. And in that particular match there were 2 down in early November inside 20 minutes with goals from Maloney and Caldwell. Since then, as I say, they've not dropped a point. All 5 victories though coming by a single goal. Berra and Jonsson both attacking the same ball. Nakamura will leave the throw for Hinkle. Took it himself in the end. Caldwell. Brown. Wilson didn't keep it in. The assistant referee was very well placed and gave the throw to Hearts. Kingston, Nade, Nielsen. Ball hits Samaras and will ricochet out of play for another Hearts throw. Well, certainly the balance of the game has changed in the opening minutes of the second half, as you would expect. Celtic coming out fired up, no doubt, by the half-time team talk from Messrs Strachan, Pendry and Lennon. Had the majority of possession since the resumption, but still yet to test Janos Balogh in the Hearts goal. Away by Berra. Nade. Good run forward here by Driver. Kingston makes a run in towards the near post. Aguiar's in the centre as well. And Hearts will have a corner. It's their first of the second half. Berra's forward. McDonald has come back. Takes his place by the post. Be an in-swinger from Aguiar. Towards the near post where Kingston won it. Now to play for a goal kick. Taken short by Boric. Caldwell. Take by Hartley. Nade. Scott Brown's coming back to put the challenge in. Still Christian Nade able to hold it up. And took a last touch off Nade. Well judged by Wilson. Well, he stole quite a few yards there, Mark Wilson, and the referee and his assistant took exception to it. Charlie Richmond saying that he told him not to go any further. I don't think anybody's quite sure what's going on. Robbie Nielsen was walking forward, asking for clarification whether it is a Hearts throw. It's a Celtic throw again now. They're taking it over the line. That one was legitimate by Wilson. Clearance by McManus. Nade. McManus with the clearance. Nakamura. McDonald's got away from Karapidis. Samaras back towards Scott McDonald, but he couldn't find him, and there were options to his left-hand side. Brown made a great run forward. Aguiar gets it long again, he squeezed it through for Driver. He one thought on his mind here, Andy Driver, and he's won another corner. 7 corners without reply for Hearts. His pace is such a weapon in the Arsenal. He stayed there ahead of Hinkle. In the end, it hit Caldwell and went behind. Another set piece for Hearts. A side that thrive on them. And towards the near post. Corner number 7 will be quickly followed by number 8. Boric came out, tried to get there and didn't. It was Caldwell that headed it over his own bar. The Celtic fans just attracting the attention of the referee to the placement of the ball. Some part of the ball's on the line, it's all right. Aguiar takes it right down the throat of Boric again. His punch wasn't the best, and as it comes back in from Karapidis, it's blocked not once but twice. The second time, possibly at some personal cost there. It was Hinkle that threw himself into the line of fire the second time, but the first block was absolutely crucial. And still, Hearts look the more likely to score the game's second goal. Here's Kingston. Brought down by Brown. And a yellow card will be shown to Larry Kingston. Can't have any complaints. He was lucky to get away with 2 in the first half, both of which could have earned him a yellow card. And that time, Charlie Richmond produces a yellow card. Scott Brown was there. And then was put on the deck. Kingston in the book alongside Nielsen. Caldwell. Nakamura. Challenged by Palazuelos was clean. Hinkle. Hartley. And McGeady was caught by Kingston. And the referee's got a decision to make here. Well, just moments after he'd been booked, Larry Kingston gets away with what might have been regarded as another bookable offence. And in all honesty, that could have been his 4th yellow card of the afternoon. He's very lucky to still be on the field after that. Gordon Strachan not happy, and that's completely understandable. But that was clearly, with the foot raised that far off the ground, a yellow card offence. Driver. A good strong run by him. Well, you can't take your eyes off this for a moment. Celtic really labouring as they try and get themselves back into the game. And with this side, you just can't bet against it. So Lucas clearly indicating that he thought it was a dive from McDonald. Free kick given. Here's Aidan McGeady. Nakamura. Hinkle's made a great run. First time ball in from him's dealt with by Berra. Celtic fans thought that was a shove by Eggert Johnson on Hinkle. Well, Hearts are going to make a change, and this really is clever management. Larry Harry Kingston taken off before he gets himself sent off. Kingston replaced by the Ugandan defender David Dubois. Dubois, who can play in a midfield spoiling role, but he will come on before Kingston damages Hearts' chances of holding on to the 1-0 win here by getting himself sent off. Hearts really lucky to be in a position to be able to make that change of their own volition. Brown. First touch for Dubois. McGeady. Nakamura. Wilson. Nice turn by Brown, he's got away from Palazuelos. Goes for goal himself, but Ballack not forced into a save. Celtic are going to make their second change in a moment. Mark Wilson will be the player who's withdrawn, we understand. Lee Naylor will come on to replace him. Here's Nakamura. McDonald there ahead of Nielsen. Use the full length of the pitch. Dubois is in there to get it away from Aidan McGeady. Wilson. Pushed by Zolukas. McGeady. Henkel. He's got 4 targets. Egert Jonsson blocked the cross and prevents the first Celtic corner. Hartley. Game's been played at a really ferocious tempo now. In from Nakamura. Header away came from Zolukas, and Nielsen will guard it forward. Aguiar caught ball watching by Hartley. Here's McGeady. Ballack will be happy to fend off deliveries like that all afternoon. Header from Zolukas. Wilson. Samaras trying to work it inside the penalty area. Berham strode forward to clear. Wilson. McGeady. Paul Hartley. Into all Samaras. Zolukas winning the initial header. Dubois can't get it away from Wilson, and he fouled him as well. Good advantage played by the referee as Nakamura works it wide for Henkel. No shortage of targets amongst them. Brown. Little flick took it away from McGeady. In again from McGeady towards Samaras. Nade. Hearts unable to hold it up now. And Celtic with so much of the possession, but still not really testing the goalkeeper. Nakamura ran almost over the ball from Aidan McGeady, and this is where Celtic are vulnerable. The pace of drive on a quick counter-attack with Aguiar making his way forward. Dubois is there as well, but it's a goal kick. The Hearts are going to make a change here. Česnauskis is going to come on for Hearts, and it'll be Bruno Aguiar who will come off. Česnauskis, who's only started the once all season, coming off the bench again to replace Bruno Aguiar. Aguiar star who started really brightly in the game but has faded in the face of all this Celtic pressure. Unable to have as much of an impression. And Česnauskis will come on to replace him. And Celtic will make that change. Lee Naylor has been poised to come on for the last 3 or 4 minutes now, but the tracksuit top's off again, and he comes on to replace Mark Wilson, a straight swap at left back. Punted down the line by Naylor, and Zaliukas puts it out of play for a Celtic throw. Launching long by Naylor towards the near post. Samaras with a dangerous flick. Scott Brown came to meet it. The lead is looking increasingly fragile. In from Hinkle. Samaras again goes up for it. Česnauskis there to win the second ball ahead of McGeady. Hinkle. Georgios Samaras, huge aerial target for the long throws of Naylor. It was a dangerous flick on that Brown came to meet. Not the prettiest football perhaps, if you're being critical about Celtic's approach, but needs must. They won't be fussed if they win this game with 2 goals that come from long throws and flick-ons. Long again from Naylor. Gordon Strachan's got one change left that he can make. He's still got a striker in Killian Sheridan on the bench. Palazuelos works it wide for Česnauskis for Hearts. Taking on Lee Naylor. Naylor again looks long. Samaras made it back for Zaliukas. He might need a little bit of treatment here. This is not that Samaras took earlier on. That one from Christoph Berra. That time he used his body to make a back for Marius Zaliukas. Still a quarter of the game remaining. Gordon Strachan's men trail. Beaten here by Rangers, but they've won 10 of the other 12 matches here in all competitions this season. Didn't lose any of the European matches here. Are they going to lose to Hearts today? Česnauskis pushed Brown. Caldwell brings it forward for Celtic. Hinkle. Well, they've turned scorelines around later in games than this here already this season. Here's Samaras, and Georgios Samaras couldn't get a shot in. It was good defending from Nielsen. Nakamura trying to take on and beat Palazuelos. The Spaniard stood to the task well, but his clearance falls for Hinkle. Andy Hinkle for Hartley to Naylor. Brown, back for McDonald. Zaliukas concedes the corner. Well, they're getting closer all the time, Celtic. Much more incisive passing around the penalty area. Cleared that time by Zaliukas. This is Celtic's first corner. No shortage of bodies forward. In from Nakamura. Cleared out to Driver. And now the break could be on with Česnauskis. A Dubois has sprinted forward. Drive is making his way forward as well. Here is David Dubois. Went for goal himself. Perhaps a little bit too selfishly Ugandan. But as Celtic commit bodies forward, and there are 8 in the penalty area for that last corner, they do leave themselves open at the back. That time Hearts couldn't take advantage of it. McDonald. Bounce was potentially awkward for Nakamura. He dealt with it okay. Hinkle, Caldwell. Throw from Caldwell towards Samaras, trying to sneak round the back of Zeliukas. And they've got another corner. Had to wait nearly 70 minutes for their first. They've got 2 in quick succession. Will take the corner, but only when Charlie Richmond's satisfied that all the jockeying for position inside the 6-yard box is okay within the laws of the game. In it comes. Flick on came from Samaras. Again, Hearts get bodies round the ball to stand clear. Youngson it was that cleared his lines eventually. It's not been a vintage performance from Celtic by any stretch of the imagination, but can they salvage? Well, firstly, a share of the scoreline. At least we keep the status quo with Rangers over this weekend. Or will their lead be further eroded? McDonald. Hinkle. Forward from Naylor, but cleared easily by Zeliukas. Caldwell. Scott Brown. Handball by Dubois, surely. Play goes on. Hartley, who scored some important goals this season, he can't find the way through. Lee Naylor. Ballock had to make sure that his handling was good enough with Samaras coming in. Lee Naylor, who's scored just the once in over 100 games for Celtic, came against Hibs back in March. Touch from McDonald. Challenge coming in on Driver. Donald thought that he took the ball. Celtic had to be careful that they don't let themselves get rattled. Easy to see why. McDonald wasn't happy with that decision though. Gordon Strachan calling for more width from his players. Here's Karapidis. Dubois. Nielsen. Chesnauskis. Palazuelos. Tall figure of Dubois, playing his football in South Africa for Kaiser Chiefs before coming to Scotland. Now Robbie Nielsen. McGeady trying to block the cross. It was a good challenge. Hearts happy just to have some possession in Celtic territory. Hasn't happened for the last 15 minutes or so. Celtic's best period of the game hasn't resulted in an equaliser. Second goal for Hearts surely now would kill the game off. Driver. who at the moment's the match winner. Twice he scored the winning goals in matches this season. It's that goal that he scored midway through the first half, going to give Hearts their biggest scalp of the campaign, certainly in their away games. Some way to highlight your intentions for 2009. Coming under the year, having recently beaten Rangers and Celtic in successive matches. McDonald on the end of this ball forward, Samaras threw himself at it. Appeals for a penalty were muted, really. More in hope than expectation. Samaras again the target, and he's won it as well. And nobody in support for him. McDonald played it back in towards Samaras, who tumbled under the weight of the challenge from the two Hearts centre-halves, who've been impeccable today, Berra and Ziliukas. Well, if Hearts were to hold on, they would move within 11 points of Celtic at the top. They'd have a game in hand. Here's Lee Naylor, ball in. Fell behind Samaras. Hartley's there ahead of Abois. Bless with too many options around him, but he did well just to hold it up and bring Hinkle in. Caldwell, sorry. He's found Hinkle. Spin on the ball, bringing it into Gary Caldwell's path. Brown. Hearts only around 10 minutes away now from the most famous of victories. Last time the Hearts won here in the SPL, Andy Driver was amongst the scorers along with Ivaskevicius and Pospisil. A 3-1 victory at the back end of the 2006-2007 season. This Driver going to be the scorer in another Hearts SPL win at Celtic Park. But they score so many crucial late goals, Celtic. Approaching 20 that they've scored in the last 5 minutes of games to change results since Gordon Strachan arrived. In it comes from Naylor. It was at about this stage of the game against Aberdeen earlier this season here that Celtic equalised to get it back to 2-2. They went on to win that game. They have to provide a similarly late 2-goal salvo here to record a 7th successive home win in the SPL. Here's McGeady. Hinkle. Nakamura. Back from Hinkle towards Scott Brown. Deep ball in from Nakamura for Samaras, and the equalising goal is scored by McManus. Celtic Park erupts. They've given them the foundation to go on and win this game in the most unlikely of circumstances. What an important goal that can prove to be. Decent delivery from Nakamura. Samaras selflessly providing the opportunity for McManus to equalise. 1-1. And game on for the final 10 minutes here at Celtic Park now. While they've scored so many late goals, you always sense that it's going to happen. Nevertheless, the Celtic supporters, they've scored Strachan getting involved here. There's a crunching challenge by Samaras on Robbie Nielsen. Called Strachan obviously felt that there was nothing wrong. You can never write Celtic off because of their record scoring late goals, and yet you sense that perhaps today might be the day that they couldn't nick one late. Now they've got one. What price that they complete the turnaround and win? McDonald getting involved. The referee's assistant flag. Here's a Celtic ball. Cacophony of noise around Celtic Park as they have themselves another set piece, another chance to launch the ball in towards Samaras. Caldwell made his way forward for this one. Cleared out for Driver. Fall from Driver for Nade. Nade trying to get the better of Hartley. He couldn't get the better of Scott Brown as well. Really good tracking back.
Message here from Andreas Broadley, who's in the North Stand. If he could make himself known to the nearest Stewart police officer. That's Andreas Broadley, age 12. Please make himself known to the nearest Stewart or police officer. Thank you.
Well, they're in no hurry to take this free kick, Hearts, and they'll be wearing the patience of the referee a little bit thin. Eventually it comes in, too high for Berra. Brown. Caldwell. Hinkle for Nakamura. Again it's Gary Caldwell. Forward towards Samaras. Leading in the air this time by Zeliukas. McGeady with a lovely weighted layoff for Lee Naylor. And he's overhit the delivery for Baloff. Two players have been booked for fouls. I wonder how long it's going to be before a Hearts player goes in the book for time wasting. Still Baloff letting the seconds run down as much as he thinks he can get away with. Forward towards Zabois. Back from Brown. Karapidis. Miscue from Jonsson. McDonald's. Close. Really good attempt from Scott McDonald to break his 6-game goal drought. Jonsson's missed kick at the beginning of it. Ballock was beaten, and the ball just beat the post as well. Karapidis with the header. Chesnauskis. Nade. Palazuelos works it wide for Driver. Ruben Palazuelos. Disappointing ball. Direct contrast to his opposite number. Arne Boric in a real hurry to get on with it. Hit long by McManus. Clearance by Berra. Nakamura for McGeady. Naylor. McDonald. After a myriad of deflections, it breaks at the feet of Palazuelos. Hearts minutes away from being only the second side to pick up points here this season. Nakamura. Hearts able to clear their lines with Andy Driver. Nade makes his way forward. Hearts are going to make their final change shortly. Jamie Mole is the player who is being readied. I'd imagine it'd be a straight swap up front for Christian Nade. Here is the aforementioned Nade. Still he goes, Nade's done really well here. Good play. Jonsson. Blocked by Brown. Karapidis in strongly, but loose ball picked up easily by Hinkle. He'll be able to start Celtic pushing forward again. Cut out by Driver. Well, they've won at Hamilton, St Mirren and Inverness. With no disrespect to those clubs, I think that this will be regarded as Hearts' best performance and away result of the season. Positioning of the referee was unfortunate, nothing he could do about that. Here's Brown. No way past Jonsson. Time running out for another late Celtic winner, but you never know. Berra there ahead of Samaras. Samaras again trying to work the angle. Berra standing firm. Corner. He doesn't think it was. Well, here's a corner which will be taken by Celtic. Could be controversial if they score from this. In from Nakamura. Samaras looking for the little flick on, but Baloff makes the claim. He was fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Hearts. Samaras hurt as well, although he'll be able to continue without the need for treatment. But should it have been a corner in the first place? Nakamura's ball in, flicked on by Samaras. McDonald with a challenge on Baloff that certainly didn't appear to be particularly overzealous. Christophe Berra was trying to shepherd the ball out of play. Well, in all fairness, it's hard to judge from there. Baloff now receiving treatment. Catching on from Scott McDonald. Christophe Berra's had an excellent game. This might prove one way or the other. I think that Berra had a good claim there that it should have been a goal kick. And Samaras clearly got the last touch. Whether the ball was over the line already before he kicked it was all important. Gordon Strachan clearly feeling there was some time wasting going on there. Naylor not taking any chances as Boric came out, saw that Nade was close. Had safety in mind. Hearts still not in a hurry. Now Hearts will make that change. And again it's a straight swap up front. Jamie Mole. Hasn't featured in the last 3 matches. He will come on for the briefest of cameos to replace Christian Nade. Well, tactic just to try and disrupt the flow. Gordon Strachan there, looking at his watch, right by the 4th official. And of course the laws stipulate that 30 seconds will be added on every time there is a substitution. It's flicked on by Aubois. Berra there ahead of Samaras. Palazuelos. Chesnau's looking for Jamie Moll. Celtic bringing away with Hartley for Nakamura. 3 minutes to be added on. 3 minutes for Celtic to turn 1 point into 3. Hartley. Nakamura for McGeady. Can the late goal specialists do it again? Caldwell. Headed away by Berra. Aidan McGeady sets the sights from distance, but rivals it wide. Yellow card for goalkeeper Janos Baloch. Time wasting, clearly the verdict of referee Richmond. Still not in a hurry to get on with it. It's one of those that you almost dare the referee to produce a second yellow card for time wasting. Jamie Moll, now to play for a goal kick. McManus. Nakamura. Still time for Celtic. Hinkle tries to find a way through. Egert Jonsson. Launched long by Arda Boric. Away by the impressive Zaliukas. Hinkle for Nakamura. Threaded through. Samaras on the turn. That may well be the last chance. Route 1 football from Arda Boric. Nakamura guiding it forward. And Samaras on his left foot, unable to hit the top left-hand corner. McDonald for Nakamura. Well, they rescued 1 point, but they couldn't rescue all 3. And again, boos ring round Celtic Park. Gordon Strachan's men held here by Hearts. Steve McManus' equaliser, 10 minutes from time, did save a point. But the bottom line is that after Andy Driver's early goal, status quo is maintained at the top of the SPL, and still a 4-point lead for Celtic over Rangers after their draw today. Csaba Laszlo clearly not happy with something that was happening, remonstrating with his goalkeeper Jens Baloch. Frustration for Laszlo, frustration for Hearts, but huge frustration for Celtic as well. Andy Driver possibly marginally offside as he took his chance to give Hearts the lead that they held for nearly an hour. Samaras' intelligent layback converted by Steve McManus for an equaliser. but the late goal specialist couldn't provide another to win it. The Hearts fans will leave the happier. It's finished Celtic 1, Hearts 1.
It's the weekend before Christmas on Setanta Sports. Will there be any Cockney cheer for the Hammers as they take on the Villa?
Unstoppable